So, the good brothers of the My Expert Opinion alumni had a reunion, impromptu, might I add. I don't know if this was really impromptu. I'm not saying that, dudes be keeping it fake, but it could have been, they could have ran into each other before, like in the studio before they ran into each other on camera. Like that could have happened. I hope that's what happened. Cause if it was really like on the spot, like it's implied, that's grimy. That's nasty. Misinfo. That's wild risky. You don't do nothing. You don't do that. You don't do that. But I mean, granted, everything went well, and these are, they managed to speak, debate, or whatever. You don't do that because it could. It's always the threat of some other. It's always the threat of madness when you put those types of elements in a situation together. But I was happy to see it. You know what I'm saying? I was happy to see them um sitting there because I liked ESSO and Heineken on the show. I always did. There's a Volta episode. They were doing another show at a point. I think they might have released the episode or two of it. They was doing this show. I believe it was called the Drop. I might be saying too much. Anyway, I went and I rocked with them on that one time, and so I got to build with all three of them in the setting outside of the barbershop or whatever on music. It was about music and all that, and it was a dope vibe. You know what I mean? Like it was all positive. But you could see that there was still, well, me anyway, I could tell that there's a lot of intense feelings. I don't want to say animosity, because I think everybody would, all three of them would say, ain't no animosity, but there was some intense feelings amongst all of them. I feel like the most neutral one in the situation is probably Heineken. You know what I mean? Math and ESSO have real strong feelings towards each other, and I think it was evident. I watched a blog or two on the matter where they was, dudes trying to question who you think is right or wrong. I'm not necessarily going to do that. I think misunderstandings happen, and that just be what it be. Like a lot of times, situations are just meant to change. I mean, that's been my experience in life. No matter how hard you try, pause. No matter how hard you fight to keep things the same, sometimes they just meant to change. And while overall, like I haven't seen the whole interview yet, but I seen I seen a nice size plate, Keisha, to get a gist of just the energy of the whole thing. They pretty much couldn't agree on much. Nah, I mean, it wasn't much they agreed on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they ready to I don't think they're ready to rekindle the old formula at this point. I don't think so. I remember one time I was at the in the barbershop with them, and there was a moment where where Math was playing his music, right? Math, whenever, whenever I've been around Math or whatever, Math has always expressed to me that, he's a he respected what I do. He's a big fan, and he would play. If he had some new music, he would let me hear it or whatever, give my opinion on it or whatever. And he played a song, and song goes off. He asked if I liked the song. I was like, I told him I rock with it, right? He was like, seriously? He's like, no, keep it 100. I'm like, son, I'm like, seriously. He's like, cause they don't, he's like, they don't mess with my music like that. They're like, oh, here he go with that. He trolling or whatever. And what happens? Mac is like, yo, he was like, yo, you know how I listen to music, B. Math is like, no, how do you listen to music? Mac was like, I gotta listen to music 3, 4, 5 times before I could blah, 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 blah. He was laughing, joking, whatever. And I did something that I felt bad afterwards. Because I was sitting right to ESSO's left. And I looked at ESSO and I seen him, he had a look on his face, right? And the look, if I had to describe, all right. First thing I said, I looked at him, I was like, yo, what's that? I'm like, what's that? I'm like, it was all playful. It didn't seem, I'm like, yo, what's that look right there? And what did he say? He said, I'm glad I don't remember this story that good, because I probably shouldn't even be telling it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to speed through it. What he said led to an argument. You understand what I'm saying? He said something about he doesn't comment on, he like, leave him out of it. He don't judge. He don't give his opinion on music. Like, he used to do that for a living. That's not what he's doing now. That's not his job. He don't get paid to do that. No, it was something like that. Right? Something like that. And Math is like, that's weird. What do you mean? And they started to go back and forth. And if I'm being honest, that other show that I spoke of earlier, that I went and when I went and rocked with all of them, ESSO didn't mind giving his opinion and participating in all of the the things that went on that day. So it did all seem a little bit weird to me. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, this whole thing, it proceeded to, it led to a big blow up. And to the point where I felt uncomfortable. Like I was on some, should I leave? You understand what I'm saying? Like they stepped outside arguing this, that, and the third, all of that and all of that. Back to the look that ESSO had when I asked him, what was that about? Like, what's that face right there? Pause anywhere applicable, right? The look, it was the look. It was the look you have when someone plays. It's the look you have. This is how I interpreted the look. If I could describe it to the best of my ability. It was the look you have when somebody always comes around playing their music and you ain't really feeling it. But you either tired of telling this nigga or can't nobody tell this nigga or whatever it is, but ain't nobody feeling this nigga music. And the reason, when I saw that look on his face, I'm not sure I recognized that look as what I described it was in the moment, but I may have though, because I really was rocking with the song, and it was like, what, you saying you don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fire? Like, what's that face? And then all of that happened. So, all of that happened. I always was, like, from that point on, I was curious and watching and wondering and nervous as to what the future of the show would be, or those cast members on the show after what I saw that day. And again, even that day, ESSO was the most disagreeable, he had the most intense emotions in the situation. Like, Heineken was more malleable, more, like he was trying to be more of a mediator than with the, all for the bull. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, excuse me, that's kind of what I saw today, watching them in each other's presence on camera for the first time in all of this time. It was kind of the same vibe. So I'm just, I don't really have no opinion as to who was right or who was wrong. Like, all of the things that they mentioned are things that I wasn't privy to. I mean, what I was privy to, I just told y'all. So, there's that. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see them back on the well, I don't know. Let's see. But I know there's still some things that need to be worked out between ESSO and Math, if that's to ever happen again. I mean, that's what I think. That's what it looks like. If not, these dudes are great actors and they need to leave this podcast shit alone and start making short films or something like that. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Welcome to the nation, Monster Nation. That is. I'm your tour guide, your host, President. I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor with you if you don't follow the rules. The rules are: you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all the notifications, all of them. If you are trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, then leave us a super thanks. You could leave us a Cash App too. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Salute to all of the super thankers and Cash Appers. We've been, y'all helping the platform grow. Y'all doing y'all thing. Cash App tag will be in the description along with the Bandcamp link for all of y'all who would rather hear me rap than yet. You know what I mean? I got all the mixtapes from Slang and Rock Volume 2 all the way down to Shell Shock. You get involved. I got a brand new video out there called Winner Circle. It's one of the first songs for me that actually loves you back. You understand what I'm saying? So go get involved in that. The BCC song and video is out there. The Crownsville album is out there with me and my brother Rusty Jukes. All of that. Salute to the brothers from Bag Fuel. Salute to Math HOFFA. I hope y'all work it out. I do think that y'all was a dope mix. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the guys y'all got up there, but I feel like, the current cast, I salute to all of them, but I do feel like ESSO and Heineken added something dope to the energy there. You know what I mean? But that combative energy is kind of intense. It's a little bit too intense. Niggas need to have a private conversation. You know what I'm saying? With the intentions of not being combative. You understand what I'm saying? Come to the conversation with acceptance. Pause, protesters, get y'all ass out of here. Anyway, I'm out. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 peace signs. Rock on, rock on.